Imagine waking up one day to find that everything you thought you could rely on is falling apart. Your job, relationships, even your health. The pressure is immense and you feel like you're on the brink of breaking. But what if I told you there's a way to not just survive, but thrive under such pressure? Welcome to the world of Stoicism, a powerful ancient philosophy that can transform your life by teaching you how to remain unbreakable under pressure. In today's fast-paced world, stress and pressure have become almost inevitable parts of our daily routine. Whether it's meeting deadlines at work, managing personal commitments, or navigating societal expectations, the weight can often feel overwhelming. However, by applying the timeless principles of Stoicism, we can learn to handle these pressures with grace and resilience. Stoicism offers profound wisdom on maintaining inner peace and strength, no matter what life throws at us. Before we dive deeper into this Stoic survival guide, make sure to hit the subscribe button, like this video, and leave a comment below sharing how you currently handle stress in your life. Your engagement helps us bring more valuable content to you and fosters a community where we can all learn and grow together. Stoicism, founded by Zeno of Citium over 2,000 years ago, has guided countless individuals through adversity. Its teachings by philosophers like Seneca, Marcus Aurelius, and Epictetus emphasize the importance of inner discipline, rationality, and understanding what we can control. These principles are not just historical curiosities. They are incredibly relevant and practical in today's stressful environment. Now, let's begin our journey by understanding the very core of Stoicism and how its timeless wisdom can be the anchor you need in turbulent times. Remember to stay tuned until the end for actionable steps you can start implementing today. The philosophy of Stoicism. Picture this: Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor, sitting in his tent on the battlefield, surrounded by chaos and uncertainty. Despite the turmoil, he remained calm and composed, penning his reflections that would later become Meditations, one of the most profound Stoic texts. How did he maintain such composure? The answer lies in the core principles of Stoicism, a philosophy that has stood the test of time for over 2,000 years. Stoicism was founded by Zeno of Citium in the early 3rd century BC. Zeno's teachings took place in the Stoa Poikile, or painted porch, in Athens, which is where the philosophy gets its name. The Stoics believed in the pursuit of virtue as the highest good, emphasizing wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. These virtues were seen as essential for achieving a tranquil and resilient life, no matter the external circumstances. One of the central ideas of Stoicism is the distinction between what we can control and what we cannot. This concept is famously articulated by Epictetus, who said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This principle is known as the dichotomy of control. By focusing only on what we can control, our thoughts, actions, and reactions, we free ourselves from the anxiety and stress caused by trying to control the uncontrollable. To make this concept more relatable, think about a stressful situation you've encountered recently. Maybe it was a sudden change at work or an unexpected personal setback. Reflect on how much of your stress came from worrying about things you couldn't control. Now, imagine shifting your focus to what you could control: your response, your attitude, and your next steps. This shift is the essence of Stoic practice. The Stoics also practiced negative visualization, a technique where one imagines the worst-case scenario to prepare mentally and emotionally. Seneca advised, "Set aside a certain number of days during which you shall be content with the scantiest and cheapest fare, with coarse and rough dress, saying to yourself the while, "Is this the condition that I feared?" This practice helps diminish the fear of potential hardships and builds resilience by preparing for adversity. Another cornerstone of Stoic philosophy is mindfulness and presence, or living in accordance with nature. This means being fully present and accepting each moment as it comes, rather than being caught up in past regrets or future anxieties. Marcus Aurelius often reminded himself to confine yourself to the present, emphasizing the importance of focusing on the now and making the most of it. To illustrate these concepts, imagine incorporating visuals of ancient Roman scenes, serene landscapes for mindfulness, and modern scenarios depicting stressful situations. These visuals can help reinforce the connection between ancient wisdom and contemporary life. As we delve deeper into the practical applications of Stoicism, you'll discover powerful techniques to manage stress and build resilience. But before we move on, take a moment to consider, how do you currently handle the things outside your control? Reflect on this as we transition to exploring specific Stoic techniques that can transform your approach to pressure and stress. Understanding and defining pressure. Imagine you're an athlete about to perform in the biggest game of your career. The stadium is packed, the stakes are high, and the pressure is intense. How do you keep your cool when everything around you is heating up? This scenario is not unlike the pressures we face in everyday life: work deadlines, personal commitments, societal expectations. But what exactly is this pressure we talk about, and how does it affect us? Pressure, in its simplest form, is the urgent demand for performance. It can come from external sources like job responsibilities, family obligations, and social norms, or from internal sources such as personal goals and self-imposed standards. When these demands exceed our perceived ability to cope, stress ensues. Stress is the body's natural response to pressure, triggering a cascade of physiological and psychological reactions designed to help us handle threats. However, chronic stress can lead to serious health issues, including anxiety, depression, and cardiovascular problems. The psychological impact of stress is significant. It can cloud our judgment, impair decision-making, and reduce our ability to think creatively. Physiologically, stress activates the body's fight-or-flight response, releasing hormones like cortisol and adrenaline. These hormones prepare the body to deal with immediate threats, but can be harmful when levels remain elevated over long periods. Chronic stress can lead to fatigue, weakened immune function, and other health problems. Understanding the nature of pressure is the first step in managing it. By recognizing the sources and effects of stress, we can begin to develop strategies to cope. For instance, distinguishing between the pressures we can control and those we cannot is crucial. This is where the Stoic principle of the dichotomy of control comes into play. By focusing on what we can control, our actions, responses, and attitudes, we can reduce the overwhelming feeling of helplessness that often accompanies stress. To visualize this, imagine a chart that categorizes different sources of pressure into those within our control and those outside of it. This visual aid can help reinforce the concept of focusing our energy on manageable aspects of life, thereby reducing stress. Now, think about your own life. What are some pressures you face daily? How do they impact you both mentally and physically? Reflect on these questions as we transition to practical Stoic techniques that can help you manage and mitigate these pressures. In the next section, we will explore specific Stoic practices like negative visualization, mindfulness, and more. These techniques will equip you with tools to handle stress effectively and build resilience. Stay tuned as we delve into the wisdom of the Stoics and uncover practical strategies to navigate life's pressures with grace and strength. Stoic techniques to manage pressure. Imagine you're preparing for a major presentation at work. The stakes are high, and you feel the familiar knots of anxiety tightening in your stomach. What if you stumble over your words? What if the technology fails? This is where Stoic techniques come into play, offering practical strategies to transform your stress into strength. One of the most powerful Stoic practices is negative visualization. This technique involves imagining the worst-case scenario to mentally prepare for potential challenges. Seneca, one of the most renowned Stoic philosophers, advised, "Set aside a certain number of days during which you shall be content with the scantiest and cheapest fare, with coarse and rough dress, saying to yourself the while, 'Is this the condition that I feared?'" By confronting our fears head-on, we reduce their power over us and cultivate resilience. Imagine visuals of simple living or historical reenactments to illustrate this point, making it relatable and impactful. Next, let's talk about the dichotomy of control, a cornerstone of Stoic philosophy. Epictetus famously said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." The dichotomy of control teaches us to focus on what we can control, our actions, thoughts, and responses, while letting go of what we cannot. Picture a split-screen visual, one side showing uncontrollable events, like bad weather or other people's actions, and the other side showing controllable reactions, like maintaining composure or making thoughtful decisions. This visual aid can help solidify the concept for viewers. Mindfulness and present moment awareness are also crucial Stoic practices. Marcus Aurelius often reminded himself to confine yourself to the present. Being fully present helps us manage stress by preventing us from getting lost in regrets about the past or anxieties about the future. Consider incorporating visuals of serene landscapes, mindfulness exercises, or even guided breathing sessions to engage viewers in practicing mindfulness. Physical activity is another effective way to manage stress, as highlighted by Stoics like Seneca. Engaging in activities such as walking, yoga, or any form of exercise helps in getting out of one's head and into the body. This can be a powerful way to reduce stress and improve mental well-being. Show visuals of people engaging in different physical activities, perhaps with a background narration explaining the benefits. To bring these techniques to life, let's reflect on how they can be applied to your own experiences. Have you ever faced a situation where you felt overwhelmed by things outside your control? How did focusing on what you could control change your perspective? Share your thoughts in the comments below. As we delve deeper into Stoic practices, we'll explore more techniques like building resilience and practicing gratitude. These methods not only help in managing pressure, but also in fostering a more balanced and fulfilling life. Stay tuned as we uncover more tools from the Stoic toolbox that can transform how you handle stress. Building resilience through Stoic practices. Imagine being in the midst of a storm, battered by winds and rain, yet standing firm like an ancient oak tree. This is the essence of resilience, being unyielding in the face of adversity. How do the Stoics teach us to cultivate such strength? Let's delve into some Stoic practices that build resilience and prepare us to face life's challenges with unwavering fortitude. One of the fundamental ways to build resilience is by developing inner discipline. The Stoics believed in the power of self-control and emotional regulation. They taught that we should not be slaves to our impulses and emotions. Instead, we should practice temperance, one of the 4 cardinal Stoic virtues, which involves exercising moderation in all aspects of life. Consider the story of Epictetus, a former slave who became a prominent Stoic philosopher. Despite his challenging circumstances, Epictetus exemplified resilience through his unwavering commitment to Stoic principles. This historical anecdote illustrates how inner discipline can empower us to remain steadfast in the face of hardship. Another powerful Stoic practice is negative visualization, which we've touched upon earlier. By imagining worst-case scenarios, we mentally prepare for potential adversities. This not only reduces the shock when difficulties arise, but also helps us appreciate what we have. Visual aids, such as charts depicting possible outcomes and their impact, can help viewers grasp this concept. Encourage viewers to try this practice by asking, what is one fear you can confront through negative visualization? Emotional resilience is also built through practicing gratitude. The Stoics taught that by focusing on what we have rather than what we lack, we cultivate a sense of contentment and peace. Marcus Aurelius, in his meditations, often reminded himself to be thankful for the things he usually took for granted. A visual montage of everyday moments of gratitude, from a sunrise to a kind gesture, can reinforce this practice's importance and show how it can transform our perspective on life. Physical resilience complements emotional resilience. Engaging in regular physical activities not only strengthens our bodies, but also clears our minds. Seneca advocated for simple living and physical exercise as essential components of a resilient life. Imagine scenes of people engaging in various forms of exercise, from walking to yoga, each reinforcing the connection between physical activity and mental well-being. Another critical aspect of building resilience is embracing the Stoic concept of the dichotomy of control. By focusing on what we can control and accepting what we cannot, we conserve our energy for meaningful actions. This principle is vividly illustrated in Viktor Frankl's Man's Search for Meaning, where he describes finding purpose and maintaining inner freedom even in the direst conditions of a concentration camp. This example can be a powerful visual and narrative tool to show viewers the profound impact of this Stoic practice. To ensure these concepts resonate, periodically refer back to key themes, such as the importance of control and gratitude, to reinforce their significance. Ask viewers to reflect on their own lives. Think about a recent challenge. How did focusing on what you could control change your response? This interactive element fosters deeper engagement and personal connection to the material. As we move forward, we'll explore real-life applications of these Stoic practices, examining how historical and contemporary figures have used them to navigate challenges. Stay with us as we uncover more tools to enhance your resilience and equip you to face life's storms with the strength of an ancient oak. Real-life applications. Imagine you're a CEO facing a critical business downturn. The pressure is immense, stakeholders are anxious, and the future seems uncertain. How do you navigate such turbulence with poise and clarity? This is where Stoic principles shine, not just in theory, but in practical, real-world applications. Throughout history, numerous individuals have turned to Stoicism to guide them through challenging times. Consider the example of James Stockdale, a U.S. Navy pilot who was shot down during the Vietnam War and spent over 7 years as a prisoner of war. Stockdale credited his survival to the teachings of Epictetus, particularly the Stoic concept of focusing on what you can control and accepting what you cannot. Visualize Stockdale, isolated and tortured, yet maintaining his inner freedom by controlling his responses. This powerful narrative demonstrates the practical application of Stoic principles under extreme pressure. In more contemporary settings, we see entrepreneurs like Tim Ferriss incorporating Stoic practices into their daily routines. Ferriss, known for his book The 4-Hour Workweek, often speaks about the benefits of negative visualization and the dichotomy of control. He practices setting aside time to imagine the worst-case scenarios in his business ventures, which helps him mitigate fear and prepare for any outcome. Imagine a short video clip of Ferriss discussing his routine, interspersed with animations depicting worst-case scenarios and how he plans for them. On a more everyday level, consider the story of Sarah, a teacher managing a classroom full of energetic students. By applying mindfulness and present moment awareness, she stays calm and collected, even when the class becomes chaotic. Sarah practices mindful breathing exercises and encourages her students to do the same, fostering a peaceful learning environment. Visual aids, such as charts illustrating mindfulness techniques and their benefits, can enhance the viewer's understanding and encourage them to try these practices in their own lives. Reflect on your own experiences. Have you ever faced a situation where applying Stoic principles helped you navigate through it more effectively? Share your stories in the comments below. This engagement not only builds community, but also reinforces the practical value of Stoicism. Incorporating these Stoic practices into daily life can transform how we handle stress and pressure. Start by identifying areas in your life where you feel overwhelmed. Apply the dichotomy of control by focusing on what you can influence and letting go of the rest. Practice negative visualization to mentally prepare for challenges and foster gratitude for what you have. Engage in physical activities to clear your mind and build resilience. And most importantly, cultivate mindfulness to stay present and composed. As we conclude our exploration of Stoic practices, we'll next delve into the final section, a comprehensive guide to integrating these techniques into your routine. This will equip you with actionable steps to embrace Stoicism fully and lead a life unbreakable under pressure. Stay with us as we uncover the final pieces of this transformative puzzle. As we come to the end of our journey into the world of Stoicism and its powerful techniques for managing pressure, let's take a moment to reflect on what we've learned and how these ancient principles can transform our modern lives. Picture yourself standing at the edge of a serene lake, the water calm and reflective, symbolizing the inner peace that Stoicism offers amidst the chaos of daily life. We began by understanding the philosophy of Stoicism, exploring its origins and the teachings of its key figures, Zeno, Seneca, Marcus Aurelius, and Epictetus. We learned that Stoicism is not just an abstract philosophy, but a practical guide to living a resilient and fulfilled life. The core principles of wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance provide a foundation for enduring life's challenges with grace and strength. We delved into the nature of pressure and stress, recognizing how these forces impact our mental and physical well-being. By understanding what stress is and how it affects us, we gained insight into the importance of managing it effectively. The dichotomy of control emerged as a central theme, teaching us to focus on what we can control and let go of what we cannot. Through engaging anecdotes and historical examples, we explored Stoic techniques like negative visualization, mindfulness, and physical activity. we saw how these practices can help us build resilience, manage stress, and maintain our composure in the face of adversity. We learned the value of practicing gratitude, embracing life's changes, and fostering a positive mindset. Consider how these principles can apply to your own life. Have you identified areas where you can shift your focus to what you can control? How might you incorporate negative visualization or mindfulness into your daily routine? Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Your insights can inspire and support others on their journey toward resilience. As we move forward, remember the stories of those who have successfully applied Stoic principles in their lives, from historical figures like Marcus Aurelius to modern-day entrepreneurs like Tim Ferriss. Their experiences demonstrate that Stoicism is not just a philosophy for the ancient world, but a timeless guide for navigating modern challenges. By integrating these techniques into your routine, you can cultivate a life unbreakable under pressure. Imagine starting each day with a clear mind, ready to face whatever comes your way with calm and confidence. Picture yourself reflecting on your day with gratitude and wisdom, knowing that you are living in accordance with your values and maintaining your inner peace. Thank you for joining us on this exploration of Stoic wisdom. If you found this discussion enriching, please like the video, subscribe to our channel, and share your thoughts in the comments. Your engagement helps us bring more valuable content to you and fosters a community where we can all learn and grow together. Stay tuned for more insights and practical tips on how to lead a resilient and fulfilling life.